Let's take a look at the Manage section of the global navigation bar. CollectiveAccess has a number of options which are not related directly to cataloging and recording information about your collection. Instead, they deal with working in the system itself, grouping objects into working sets, and setting preferences for how you'd like the system to operate. Let's begin by looking at My Preferences. We'll go to Manage, My Preferences. We're looking at the General screen. Here you'll find the primary preferences you may consider to customize. There's a lot we can customize here, and this is all included in the CollectiveAccess Manual linked below. I'm just going to go over some of the most useful menus you may choose to customize. Let's begin at the top. Here we have the User Interface locale. This allows me to change the interface of CollectiveAccess into another language. Right now it's set to Canadian English, but if I select this drop-down menu and select Canadian French, then click Save, you'll notice that all of the menus have changed to French, even in the global navigation bar. For the sake of this video, let's continue with Canadian English. Another menu you may want to customize is the Show Current Location as Breadcrumb Trail. If I select Yes, and then click Save, you'll see at the top, the path of menu options taken to reach the current screen will be displayed. So we know that I had to click Manage My Preferences to get to this general screen. This is especially useful when you're first getting started with the database. Let's take a look at some of these other screens. Let's click on Editing. Here you'll find the default cataloging locale. This allows you to set the default language when entering data in certain fields. So for example, if it's set to French, all fields where you have the option to change the language from English to French will automatically be set to French. If we click on the Units of Measurement screen, we can change the display of units of measurement entered into the database. Right now, our preferred display currency is set to Canadian dollars, but by selecting the drop-down menu, we can change this to any other currency. Display measurements in is set to units as entered. So right now, if I were to write in an object record that a flag is 13 inches tall, it would display as inches, because that's what I've entered. However, if I were to change this to metric units, this would automatically convert those inches into centimeters. This is also true if I did it the other way around. So if I inputted measurements in centimeters, the database would automatically change those into inches if I've selected imperial units. Remember to click Save with whatever preferences you've chosen. If we go to the Inventory screen, we can select which fields should be preset when recording inventories. Values will be copied from the nearest previously inventoried item. If we click on the Search Builder, then we can drag and drop our preferred options to include in the frequently used list of the Search Builder for each of the record types. So for example, if I go to Objects, I might want to choose something from the available options list and drag it into the frequently used list. Let's say, for example, accession date. I can just click and drag. Remember to click Save with your preferred options. As we learned when looking at object records, My Watched Items can be managed from the Manage tab as well. We'll go to Manage, My Watched Items. Here we can view and delete items from the Watched Items list. Items are added to the Watched Items list by clicking on the eye icon in the Records Inspector window. Also under the Manage tab, you'll find My Project Teams. This allows you to create access-restricted projects for users of your database. These teams can collaborate on displays, searches, and sets. Let's take a look at a very useful feature, My Displays. Go to Manage, My Displays. Displays can be used to view search results in different ways. Each display contains data from different fields of records, allowing you to generate detailed and customized reports. There's a number of pre-configured displays. Let's take a look at these by doing a search. If I click on the gear while doing a search, it'll show me my display options. There's a number of pre-configured displays here. If I click on the Display drop-down menu, I'll be able to see these pre-configured displays. I'll have access to Full Report, Artifact and Archival, Short Report, Location Report, Condition Report, Research Report, and Entity Report. You may choose to use these different displays for a number of different reasons. Let's take a look at the short report. If I select the short report from the drop-down menu and then click this arrow, that'll change my display to be the short report. Now only certain information included in that display is shown in my search results. For more information on these pre-configured displays, check out the CollectiveAccess Manual. If I'd like to create my own display, I can go to Manage, My Displays. And then from the New Display For drop-down menu, I can select Collections, Entities, List Items, Loans, Object Representations, Objects, Occurrences, Representation Annotations, and Storage Locations. I'm going to choose Objects, and then click plus. This has created a new display. I can give this display a name, assign an alphanumeric code in the display code field. If you'd like other database users to be able to use your display, you can assign access by clicking Add Group Access and then typing catalogers or students. And then you can toggle their permissions. Perhaps you'd like them to edit, only read, or have no access. Then you can click Save, then navigate to the display list screen. Here you can click and drag the available information into the information to display. Let's say for this example, I just want to see an object's description and media representation. I'll choose those options, click and drag them into the information to display side of the screen, and then click Save. The order in which you drop the field names is the order in which they'll appear when using the display. You can rearrange the order of the fields by clicking and dragging them around inside the column. Remember to click Save if you make any more changes. To see this new display at work, I'm going to go to Find, Objects, Basic Search, and change my display option to My Display. Click the arrow, and there you have it. I have my description and media representation only. Another option under the Manage menu is Sets. Sets are informal and not intended for collections level groupings. Sets are created for practical or administrative purposes rather than representing a formal grouping within your collection. You may choose to create a set to group together records for a potential exhibit or other kind of project. You can also customize the access for sets so that only certain members of your organization can access these, as well as the permissions such as the ability to edit or view the set. To create a set, go to Manage, My Sets, All Sets. From the Create New drop-down menu, select User Set. From the Containing drop-down menu, select the type of record to include in the set. I can choose Collections, Entities, List Items, Loans, or any other kind of record. I'm going to go with Objects for now, and then click the plus button. We're going to assign a name in the Set Title field, and then I'll need to assign an alphanumeric code. You can describe the set in the Introduction field. You can also choose if you'd like this set to be accessible to public. If you choose Accessible to Public, this will be shown on the Featured Galleries page of NovaMuse. In that case, the information you've input into the Introduction field will display as the introduction to this new gallery on your NovaMuse page. If you'd like other users in the database to be able to use your set, assign access by clicking Add Group Access, and then typing either catalogers or students, and then choose from the drop-down menu either Has No Access, Can Read, or Can Edit. You can also choose a period of time for which that person has access to your set. Once you're done, click Save. Next, let's navigate to the Items screen. On this screen, you'll see a field that says Add Object. Here you can enter an accession number or name of an object if the set was created for objects, and then select the desired object to add to the set from the drop-down menu. Continue adding as many objects as desired by repeating this step. Remember to click Save. You can also add to a set from search results. Conduct a search to find the initial records to add to your set. On the left side of your screen, click Set, and then use these fields to create a new set. I can add everything in these search results, add random, or add checked. If I select Add Checked, I will need to check off the records I'd like to add to this set, and then add to either the set that we just created, or I can click Create Set and add a new set name to create a new set. I'll leave it with our example set that we just created, and then click Save.